Hi Sagittarius, here is your general reading for the month of July 2017. Ordinarily I don't give long speeches before I start the readings, but this July coming up is going to be 1 year for me that I have been doing readings for YouTube. And unlike a lot of the other readers who had been doing tarot for many years before they came to YouTube, I actually didn't start doing tarot until my first video last July. So this whole year has been a growing process for me and a learning process as well. My understanding of the cards has certainly improved through this first year. And I've also... Sorry, I needed to let my dog in from the garden. Yes, and I've also really learnt to tap in more to my own intuitive feeling as well. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that has viewed my channel over this last year. Everybody that has subscribed, for all the likes, the dislikes, for all of the comments that you leave. I try so hard every month to reply to all of you, but sometimes it's not possible. I love the way that you all interact with each other in the comments, how you all go on to offer further help and support to each other. I think that's fantastic. So, you know, just really wanted to say a big thank you for being with me and sticking with me in this first year on YouTube for me. Now, this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. It is a general reading. I will be doing love readings and so forth for July as well. And it is a general reading in terms that it may not resonate with everybody. We're going to get straight into your reading, but we do have 8 cards on the table. And only one of those cards is in the upright, okay? All of them are in the reverse for you for this month of July. So we're going to see what's going on, okay? Now, the overriding issue, we do have the Hermit, and it is in the reverse position. It is a major arcana. The Hermit can have a couple of meanings. One, it can talk about somebody being obstinate or somebody refusing to face certain problems, or even to accept that certain problems they are going through could partly be because of their own actions. Now, this could be you, or this could be somebody else that you're involved with, okay? Looking at the cards, I do feel we're talking more about a relationship situation here, although this is not a love reading. For some of you, it could be a friendship or work, but I feel it's more relationship based. But also the Hermit card can talk about a feeling of isolation and loneliness and withdrawal. See, the Hermit in the upright is somebody that goes within an enforced isolation in order to gain an inner knowledge, to gain a better perspective on something. In the reverse, it could be that you're either refusing to take that time to go within, to get a better understanding, or you've gone the complete opposite and maybe you are spending too much time on your own to the point that you are now completely isolating yourself, almost becoming like that hermit, that recluse. In relationship terms as well, It may be that you or the other person are withdrawing in some way from this relationship. And maybe you have this feeling that something is missing here, that something is not feeling right. Maybe the spark has gone. Maybe you're feeling as though you or the other person are maybe wanting to be single. Maybe not wanting to stay in this committed relationship or marriage. The effects of the recent past, we do have the Page of Swords here. Now, the pages can often be messengers, okay? And the Page of Swords is often referred to as the Truth card. It may be that in the recent past, either you or the other person has maybe decided to speak their truth, to speak up and say what they are thinking. Because the Swords is air energy, and it deals very much with our thoughts and our thinking, and it's all to do with our communication. Also, it could be that you have been trying to get to the truth here. And you may find that you have been constantly questioning somebody else that you're involved with in order to get to the truth of this situation, to find out what is really going on here. The Page of Swords as well can be about somebody spying on somebody. Maybe somebody looking at somebody through social media. The present situation, we do have the King of Swords here. In the reverse. Not gender specific in these general readings, okay? The King of Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. It could be that you are involved with somebody with one of those signs somewhere in their chart. I don't like the King of Swords in the reverse position. It can very much talk about somebody that is maybe behaving in a narcissistic way. Somebody that is being very judgmental, very critical, very cutting and sarcastic with their verbal communication. Somebody that is maybe being cunning or devious. It can talk about nasty arguments. It's not a nice energy with that King of Swords. And it's either you behaving in that way or somebody else you're involved with. Now, in your advice position, be it positive or negative, we do have the King of Wands here, which I feel is more you because you are the fire sign, being Sagittarius. But it can also be an Aries or a Leo. But I do think that that King of Wands is talking about you, okay? Again, it is reversed. When it is reversed, maybe on some level, you are being very controlling. You may be trying to control this situation or control another person. The King of Wands, when he's reversed, can talk about somebody that may be feeling very bitter. Somebody that may be showing or displaying an intolerant attitude towards somebody else or towards a situation. Somebody again that may be behaving in quite a ruthless way, not accepting that challenges are part of the journey. You may as well, also if this is talking about you, Sagittarius, you may have to start to be more realistic with your goals here. You may have to accept that not everybody is the same as you. Not everybody has the same amount of energy as you. You may be coming across in a very impatient way, or maybe bordering quite aggressive. Now, your next advice card, be it positive, negative, is the Two of Wands in the reverse position. Now, the Two of Wands, it can often be about a choice or a decision here. Do you stick with what you already have? Or do you step into a new direction? See, you may be wanting to step into a new direction, but you may be unsure about where that is going to take you. Some of you may feel as though you've hit a bit of a roadblock. It's about needing to organize your long-term goals. What it is that you really want. What vision do you have for your long-term goals? It can also touch on how you or the other person, maybe your feelings or their feelings, are starting to deteriorate in some way. And maybe your hopes, or the hopes that you once had in this relationship or marriage, are now starting to fade. The other aspect I want to mention quickly with this card, in terms of organizing your long-term goals, it may be that you want so many things, and the need here is to focus on one thing at a time. If you want so many things or so many changes, is going to create confusion, and you're not going to be able to manifest all of those things you want at the same time. Like I said, organizing your long-term goals. What is the one thing that you really want? And coming to a decision here. Now, in the environment position, we do have the Eight of Wands. It is in the reverse. This card is often referred to as the communication card. Swift communication, going backwards and forwards. It could be that there is either a lack of communication going on between you and somebody else. Or it could be that the communication is negative. If we look here, there are thorns attached here to these wands. And it may be that the way you are communicating together is more in terms of arguments, of shouting, of disagreeing. Not pleasurable forms of communication. Here we've got the Knight of Wands, which again could be talking about your energy as you are the fire energy. This is talking about somebody that is maybe being slightly impulsive or impatient. Somebody who is feeling very restless, but somebody that is lacking foresight and is not thinking things through, not looking at the bigger picture here. Like I said with this Two of Wands, organising your long-term goals, focusing on what it is that you really want. Because here with this Knight of Wands, we see you lacking this foresight, not thinking things through. Your outcome card is the Lover's card. It's Major Arcana and it is in the reverse position. Again, this is a card that I don't like to see in the reverse position. It talks about relationship difficulties, how there is weaknesses within this relationship. But it can talk about temptation as well. Are one of you being tempted to go in a different direction? Not necessarily with a third party, but being tempted to leave this relationship or end this marriage. Because sometimes with this card, it can talk about taking what appears to be the easy option. But then in the future, that could be a decision that you regret. See, if there is tension going on between you and somebody else, there are difficulties, weaknesses, arguments, negative communication or a lack of communication. It may be that you are behaving like this Knight of Wands, where you are becoming restless and impatient, and you may very well decide to leave this relationship or marriage, put an end to it, because you're wanting a quick fix. You're wanting the problems to be resolved now, and that may not be possible. It may take time. There may be things that you have to work through here, and that may not be a process that you can speed up here. This card, the Lovers, does talk about two people not getting along, which can result in the breakup of a relationship or a marriage. Like I said at the very beginning with that Hermit card, maybe the need to look within yourself, to see if part of the problem or part of the problems here are being partly created by you and not just the other person. And it may be the other person who is being like that Page of Swords, who is, you know, trying to get to the truth here, is constantly questioning you maybe, in order to find out what's going on, because there's a decision here that's got to be made. But I don't think you should rush into this decision. Think about it very carefully, because it could be a decision that you could possibly later regret. Now, Alongside these readings this month, I'm using my Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. They're very beautiful, colourful, vibrant cards. Now you have, it's number 1, and it's called Base Chakra. And what chakra means is it talks about, chakra in English means will. And it's kind of referring to our anatomy. And the chakras are the organizing centers that act as both reception and transmission points for our psychic information and our life energies. Now, I'm going to read about the base chakra, okay? From the book that comes with the cards. Known as the base or root chakra, this energy center is situated at the base of the spine and is most closely related to all of your earthly issues, such as survival, the physical body, issues of money, safety and shelter. To balance this chakra, practicing yoga can be extremely beneficial. Dancing or light physical exercise will also help keep the energy flowing and harmonious. Honoring your body and taking care of it on the outside will bring you well-being on the inside. It works both ways. So, you know, the base chakra is all to do with our spine. And, you know, maybe if we are in a very tense situation, a very tense atmosphere, maybe it can have an effect on our spine in terms of the tension that we are experiencing externally and internally. There is a need here for you to take care of that particular area as that card has come through. But the overriding message here, Sagittarius, is that for those of you who are going through relationship or marriage difficulties, you're going to need to really think carefully about what it is that you actually want, because once the decision is made, you may not be able to go back and you may end up regretting this decision. So maybe it will benefit you at the moment to become like that hermit. And use this time in July to go within yourself, to gain a better perspective on things. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please take care.